All right, here we are in the backstage studio at Radio Now. It's cool because, okay, so Max is from New York.
Yes, indeed.
And Gnash is from L.A.
Indeed.
So I'm here with Biggie and Tupac today. We're going to talk their beef. We're going to talk hip-hop. No.
Yes.
Okay,
Juicy.
so actually we're going to talk the tour that you guys are on, which is the reason why you guys are here in Indianapolis, right?
Yep.
What city did you come from?
Detroit, right? We were just in Detroit.
Yep.
Okay.
We went bowling here last night, though, which was tight.
Yeah,
Where'd you go bowling?
We all got here a day early.
What was
it
the
was
spot?
All-Star.
All-Star lanes. Yeah. It was
Are
tight.
you guys any good?
He's double.
Okay,
Nice.
sometimes.
He's really good. Yeah, no, he definitely practices.
We have like a bowl in LA where we're at. We have a little like bowling night every week, which is fun.
I
It's
still
like
haven't made it to.
I know
We
we
still
got
have to go to one.
to come out.
Yeah,
now.
but usually whenever my friends are like, hey, we got a bowling league, I'm like, all right, cool, but I'm suck at bowling, so like I'll go there and like drink.
Well, if you're gonna organize a bowling thing, you have to be solid. So Max is definitely.
sure.
It's,
Okay,
it's
that's
fun though because our little bowling night. It's like especially out in LA. There's not a lot of community is sometimes lost. Everybody's doing their own things and things like that. So it's fun because bowling night is sort of where people, whether they're good or not, come and just drink and hang, or
Right.
they bowl. And it's one of those sports where you can't just kind of like kick it and drink
Right.
and like socialize. Or if you really want to bowl and go hard, you can go hard and bowl. So
I
it's
treat
nice.
bowling. Bowling's like golf to me. Like I just
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to just.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, just-
I'm
just
always
live your
good for
life.
one game, and then after that, I'm like, I'll chill and watch, and then I like maybe get a piece of pizza, and then I
Right.
hit it. I'm out of
Yeah.
there,
The
which is my
nachos.
vibe for sure. Which is great. It worked out great last night. They shut the place down at 11, and we had just finished our last frame, so it worked.
Do they
out
still
great.
let people smoke cigarettes at bowling?
No
alleys?
way. I
don't
mean,
think
maybe
so.
not at the one we were at, and
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
I always think about that. I've definitely seen that before.
Really?
For sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you think about it like, I always think about when I get on an airplane. You ever get on a plane and they still have like an ashtray?
Oh yeah.
And you're like-
it's like blocked, and it says no.
And you're like,
smoking.
what? First off,
Yeah.
how old is this plane?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's the scary part. But it was cool up till like the 80s or something. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think they even knew it was bad for you.
No, they didn't.
I think everybody had an
They
idea.
probably.
I'm
figured
sure that, yeah. But like I'm saying, like, I think until they made it 18 and up in what was that, 1992, everybody was like, oh, it's
Well, people didn't
Yeah.
really consider secondhand smoke to be a thing. I think that was the main
Right.
thing.
The
Because
age
people
that's
were
what-
so
didn't
dumb.
happen until-
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
the
like,
age
oh.
restriction didn't happen until.
I think it was like
92.
92 when
You know what's
Clinton-
crazy is my grandmother was prescribed cigarettes by a doctor
No.
for
what?
For stress, because her husband had all these medical things and stuff, and they were like, "You need to start smoking, like Xanax or something." Isn't that crazy?
Wow, that's great. What year was that?
Oh, 60s probably, 50s,
Right.
60s. But
Oh,
yeah, isn't that
man.
crazy?
There's
I
no
hope
way.
that's not what it is for
Can you imagine?
marijuana.
Oh,
Right,
no,
that's
it
not
won't
what
be
it is
like
in
that.
20
It
years.
won't be like
It better
that.
not.
But then
Yeah.
the thing is that now they're, I mean, I don't mean to get all political, but they're going to start putting all the same stuff in it that messes it up. And it's going to be a bummer.
Oh, for sure. And then, yeah. But then the other thing, now on the flip side of it, we were actually just talking about this on my show yesterday. It's not so much the smoking and things that I think we're going to, generations from now are going to look back on us and laugh at. I think it's the fact that we put 5-year-old kids on Adderall.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
too
that's
much.
what's whack. Yeah,
That's
And
too much.
so
whack.
decades from now, we're going to be looking back and like, why did they do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. But I mean, yeah, it's just like how society goes. We're like, how far can we take it? And then we're like,
Yeah.
oh, these things were wrong.
Oh,
And then we,
my
like,
bad.
told them
That
off.
and
Yeah.
opioids. I mean, geez, like I had my
Yeah.
wisdom teeth out, and I did half the prescription because it is. It's
Oh, for
so
sure. What they
addictive.
give you after you get your wisdom teeth out is like,
Crazy.
that's a
Yes.
fun
And you
ride.
really do. I've never. I mean, that was the only instance that I've had an opioid, and I was taking it. And oxy is like you feel the dependence, even with
Right.
half of it.
Yeah.
For a week, I was just sitting there being like, "Oh, I should have another one." And I was
You're in
like,
the
wow,
bathroom
this
with
is
your shirt
crazy.
off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I started to get like that with NyQuil.
Right, right.
It's you sleep so good,
Yep.
you can't help
But then
it.
when you wake up, you got that like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Last time I took, I don't take NyQuil anymore because the last time I took it, I looked at my phone the next day and I made 3 calls,
Whoa.
and
Who
like
were
it
they?
was weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what did I say on those
Yeah,
calls?
Yeah.
Well,
Very
listen,
weird.
guys, I could talk about drugs with you
I
all
know.
day,
Yeah.
but I feel like we got to talk about other stuff,
That's a-
right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this tour. Let's talk about favorite cities we've hit so
Cute,
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if we have similar opinions on that or not. We
No.
haven't really gone back and forth about favorite
I
cities.
feel like there was some definitely a couple that were just unanimously awesome.
Yeah,
for
true,
sure.
true. Like New York was great.
New York
Boston was great.
Yeah, Boston was crazy. That
Boston
one
was
of the
really great.
craziest. Yeah.
Orange County was awesome
Orange
right at the
County.
beginning. I had the flu from Texas through Florida, Atlanta-ish.
Yeah.
So that was
But
all
he
a
kept killing it.
NyQuil,
He went out there.
NyQuil
There you
cloud
go.
for me. But I
Oh,
think
that's
that some
fun.
of those shows were great.
Right.
Yeah.
They
I
probably
have
were
We
awesome.
did
No
one in
idea.
St. Petersburg, Florida. There's always like a couple that aren't your usual tour
Right,
stops
right.
on some of these tours, and that was one that I've never. I've actually only played a show there like once 6 years ago, so it's like not a usual thing, and it was kind of rad. It was cool.
It was super
cool
rad. I have
college
no.
town.
That was the
And he
height
had the
of
flu.
the flu.
Yeah, yeah.
And I went out in a bandana and a hoodie and like sat for most of the show in
Right.
the little TP bedroom thing we have on stage, and I was just sweating it out. I had 2 fevers break on this flu.
What is your cold when you're sick? What do you do to get rid of it?
Oh, man. I mean, this time I had to go to the doctor. We had an off day in Mobile. I went and they said, you have flu B, and they gave me Tamiflu for it, and it was gone in 4 days.
Did the doctor have a big old Alabama accent?
No, actually, not so bad. Not so, like, heavy with it. But
right, like,
but
prescribe jelly
beans. No, yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy like that. But it was, they were super great. But anyway, yeah, no, I started feeling way better, and I just try and lay in bed more, like, you know, and just rest up and knock until the show.
What about a hangover? How do you get rid of a hangover?
I don't really drink much.
Oh, here we go.
He definitely doesn't drink. And,
oh, really?
And yeah, and
this
when
tour
I do,
life doesn't like get to you. You get past so much stuff, you don't ever partake, or you're like, oh.
I mean, there's certain.
Here we go
things
about
that are
drugs
wonderful.
again.
No.
I
think
mean,
you know what it is like. Here's the deal: is that Max and I are both in. I mean, he's married, and I'm in a very serious relationship.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of like going out and partying and those things comes from a level of socializing in like a human way, and we're pretty well set with our social lives. I go on tour with all my friends. They all ride on the bus with me. They all do jobs that work. You know, we all work together. My DJ and my key player and I all went to high school and middle school together. So like we're all kind of got our social thing on lock, and we don't really worry about everything else going on. We're kind of just in our own little
raw
world.
ginger though. We both do a lot of raw ginger.
Yeah, that's a crazy
It gets
one.
pretty intense. You know?
Oh, yeah.
People
Raw
are like doing
ginger,
shots of
chewing some raw
Hennessy,
ginger
and
is
we got
scary.
raw ginger, and it's
Yeah.
very it
A
burns.
little like throat coat, raw ginger, real lemon in a cup. Watch out.
This is real life. You gotta
Getting
work
lit.
hard for it. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, for sure.
You gotta
Turn
get
up,
that.
right?
You gotta turn up hard.
You
Turn
said
up.
something that kind of made me think. So all your friends basically in a roundabout way work for you now.
No, not work for me. They work with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that. Let's talk about how, you know, if you have a bunch of friends that you're working with, mixing business with friendship can sometimes cause so many conflicts. So how do you get through those conflicts? How do you get through disagreements and things like that?
Communication is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Honest communication.
Just
and
sack up and say it.
Yeah,
right?
you just you sit down. I mean, we had there was one night in St. Petersburg where I had to have a big talk with 2 very, very close friends of mine, more so my manager girlfriend Rosabelle's friends, and we just sat outside and talked about it for an hour and a half. And at the end of it, everybody felt way better, and we got through it. But communication is number one, always super important. You can't not talk about things, because if you let things brew up inside, they just get worse and worse. And that's where making music comes for me from, which I know Max shares a similar thing, is that if something is brewing in me for so long that I can't talk about it enough and I can't seem to get it off my chest, then when I make a song about it, and hopefully a lot of people identify with it, that's when it feels great, because I've helped them with something that I feel strifed about, and they're like, wow, he gets it. And they connect with me, and it's kind of a selfish and selfless thing at the same time.
Totally.
So you gotta have that connection to be able to go there, though, and that
Well,
ability to speak from the heart without it bothering. Oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
But,
Well, we both. I think it's interesting because we both go by solo artist names and
Right.
stuff, and in that way, it's like the loneliest and yet the most inclusive thing, because you don't want it to be just you. You want it to be inclusive. You want everybody to feel a part of your thing. You don't want to be the only one that cares about the music you're making as a solo thing. And so I think that in doing so, there's a mutual respect, because, you know, I personally don't get out there by myself. I get out there with my right hand man, my bubby Ryan, and like without him, he is as much a part of Max as I am. And I think in that way, the community of having your friends who become this family of tour, it's like you feel like you have so much time that you have to have that mutual respect, because if you don't, then why are they there? It's not their name necessarily, but you want them to feel a part of your thing.
Well, because the thing is that if you're riding to the top, then everybody's coming with you.
right.
And so everybody should, and this is where people get cut, is like everybody has to have that 110% in mind at all times. And if they don't, I'm not interested in working with them, and they shouldn't be interested in working with me. They should go find an artist to work with that they do believe in. And so I've had to let people go, and it's a bummer.
Right.
But it happens, because it's just, I don't feel you're 100.
It's a performance-based industry.
You got to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've both been through that, where you let somebody go that became a really great friend, and that's where it gets tricky, where it's like you care so much about a person who's a part of your thing, but maybe they're not in the same place that you need them to be to get the work that you need. And
makes a good song, though.
It does. It definitely makes a good song. And you just got to be straight up. I think teetering around it or just trying to beat around the bush is the worst thing for it. You just got to,
because then the problem just grows.
You just got to be like, look, this thing that you do is not what I'm envisioning, and you're not as invested as I am, and that's all good. Like, you should do the thing you're invested in. So,
Right.
Okay, you came up, Max. You came up in Broadway. Is that right? How did
Yeah,
that-
I kind of did a bunch. I did some
did a
TV.
lot of things.
I did. You
I
know,
thought the interesting thing was with
Sure.
your filmography or your acting resume, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know, all the things that you were in.
His
I was-
IMDb.
I had to
Right.
be, yeah.
So I'm like, wait a minute. He was in a bunch of movies. Oh, he played himself here. No, he played himself here. Played himself here. So is that the deal? Like, I don't.
Well, when you walk on set and you sing like that, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like, "What's your name, kid? Put him in the big leagues."
Totally, man. I mean, I've always been, music has always been everything to me, and I've been lucky for whatever projects, if it's Nickelodeon or whatever else, I pretty much play myself. There's been some, like I was in the Beach Boys movie, and I played Van Dyke Parks, which was a very, very different role. He's a very different guy than I am, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
So I get lucky to immerse myself in that and
Would you do
dive
more
into someone
acting?
else's. What'd you say?
Would you do more acting?
Down the line, I'm so committed to you know,
Music.
in our world, you know, the amount of energy you invest into music. And again, we talk about this a lot, but with this song, with Lights Down Low, which has
Right.
been amazing to
Yeah.
get out there with, you know, the story behind it, that I wrote it for my wife and I proposed to her with it, and then Gnash added his love story with his
I was gonna
wonderful
say,
girl, Rosa.
my question was like, wait a minute, he's on the song too. Was he there when you proposed?
Yes, he was there. He was standing. He
One of
played
the jokes
harp.
I've been saying is that when he
Um,
sent it to me, I wrote the verse on it, proposing back to him.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, that's not what's up. You already married?" Right?
Yeah, I was like, "Damn."
No, but he,
Come on.
you know, in the same, I think that's, again, like you said, because we both have these relationships that we're very committed to, that's how it became. It was very organic and natural putting this song together, which was
We
rad.
actually connected on some like, "Yo, we should go on some double dates."
Yeah,
and
we did a bunch.
then made music
And then
together.
we made
Right.
music, which was rad.
Like it was like an afterthought to do the tunes, and that's why. It
Yeah.
So you guys
so
met
cool.
on Bumble BFF? That's
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
cool.
exactly.
J8 and Bumble and all
Group
that.
hang.
You know, it's tight.
So a lot of people who are gonna come to your show tonight, and you know where are you going next? You know.
Chicago tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome. I'm going up to Chicago tomorrow too. I'm getting my passport. That
Come to
kind of
the show.
sucks.
Oh, damn.
I think I will.
Cool.
But my question is, so a lot of people, it's going to be the first time they've ever been to a concert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
crazy.
you're their first show.
It's an
So
honor.
what was your first show?
That's one of my favorite things to hear from somebody in a meet and greet setting or whatever. My first show was I had the Holy Trinity.
All right.
I got
Wait, with parents or with friends?
with parents, all
Okay.
three. Backstreet Boys,
So tight.
In Sync,
So tight.
Aaron Carter,
Delicious.
Sheesh.
in a row, in a year.
Boom, boom, boom.
Wow.
We
Okay,
have
what do
mad
you
gigs
got?
with Aaron Carter coming up. Got a bunch
Really?
of gigs. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's like back. I
Yeah,
think.
he's
his thing.
killing it. His new, I like
Living
it.
his
It's
life.
good. It's really good. He's
Sorry.
and we follow each other on Twitter.
He's
It was an
in
honor.
Oh, that's
the day
cool.
it
Were you
happened.
like, oh shit?
Oh, I
Aaron
freaked,
Carter
I freaked
follows
out.
me.
I freaked out. I freaked out. How I Beat Shaq. I used to put How I Beat Shaq on and just do the Kobe move where you bounce it through the legs under the
Yes.
basket and then you don't look and lay it up.
Oh.
And with How I Beat Shaq on loop.
He was the only one that when they made a Kids Bop, they just put his song on the Kids Bop.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they made a Kids Bop. I think they just put
That
him
was
on.
it.
Aaron's
They
Party,
didn't
Come
need
Get
anything
It.
else.
Right.
I did Aaron's Party Come Get It at my at my first grade talent show with 3 fifth grader girls as backup dancers who asked me to pretend to be Aaron Carter in the performance. They came to me, sought me
Please,
out,
baby
said, "You
Jesus."
look like Aaron Carter. We need you to do this."
Jeez, baby
So
Jesus,
good.
if you're watching this interview right now, please find the footage of him doing that and put it on
It
YouTube.
exists. It for sure
Thank you.
exists. Wearing an American flag shirt.
Baby
It's
Jesus
really
is up
cute.
there just being like, "Oh, I got you."
Yeah, oh, I got this, fam.
Oh, he's cool, fam. Oh my gosh.
so wait, what was your
mine?
first show?
Mine is not as epic as that. I saw like a friend of mine's band when I was 13 at CBGB's before it closed.
Dope.
That was
Wow.
rad.
That's
Super
cool.
dope.
It was their first gig ever, and that was my first show. I was like, "What? What am I supposed to do?" Which
Right.
I remind myself, because you had to, as performers, it's like you want people to sing along, put their hands up, whatever else.
But not everybody
But
knows to do that.
remembering, as a kid, I'm like,
No
I don't
idea
know,
what
I don't
to
know what
do.
to do. Am I supposed to do this, or do I just stand and watch? So I try to remember that sometimes when I get frustrated.
Yeah.
We both have those moments when somebody maybe is not letting themselves completely loose, but every human's different, and you have to just make that experience the best for them. So
Yeah, I
remember
know.
that.
I know. Well, yeah, but my impasse with that is that I know that when I was the kid that was standing there not doing it, it's because I thought I was way cooler. than
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am.
You just,
For sure, I remember
sometimes
trying
you
to be
just gotta
cool.
Like,
Yeah,
be
and it's
happy,
like,
be
and so
good.
that's why, like, at the shows we try and encourage people to break out the shell a little bit. And there's a couple points in both of our sets where it's like we are doing such ridiculous things that we would hope that they would meet us at least 50%.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Lead by example.
Exactly.
I think it's different nowadays though, because concerts ain't the same. Concerts when I first started going to shows, my first concert was Cottonmouth Kings at D12.
Wow.
And I remember
Ooh.
going to that show and getting my ass kicked. You used to
What?
go to concerts and get your ass beat, and that was like part of the thing.
What?
Like in
Oh, a mosh pit.
in a
Yeah,
mosh
yeah,
pit.
yeah. No, I
was-
didn't get jumped outside.
like, yeah,
I mean,
every
it's
day.
Detroit,
Just
but
getting
My
no.
man. I was like, yo.
No, but like I'm
What were
saying,
you
I gonna go to that concert. I'm gonna get beat up again.
I'm not going to see Gnash again.
Johnny's gone. He kicked my
No,
ass
but
last time.
that used to be a thing. You would go
Yeah,
to a
mosh
concert,
pitting.
and the fights in the crowds and the shoving each other around was more
sort
of
of
a
the bruises
commonplace.
or the battle scars is
Straight
kind
We
of
do
up.
hug. We do hugs. We have everybody hug at my
We
show.
do. We hug. There's some hugging battle scars.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
Yeah.
cool. You probably made some babies. Off that.
Who knows?
Hopefully not with the
honored.
Age Range we're marketing.
We did though have we've been talking about this though, which has been cool with the Lights Down Low song. We had a couple in Florida
Yep,
who
they
got
got-
married that day to the song,
and
as
then
they
they
went
sat
dope.
on the stage.
and came on stage, which was
Show was a blackout for me via NyQuil, via earlier conversation, but I'm sure it was dope.
But it was dope. It was tight though, yeah. So we're always honored if there's any amazing humans that come into this world because of the music or with the music. That's an honor. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So you know.
They say that CDs are obviously now discontinued, but vinyls are now on the comeback. And
Yeah, which is
cassettes are
tight.
now-
Yeah, I think
Cassettes
it's
are now
awesome.
on the comeback. Making mixtapes is a thing now again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool. Question though, I assume, like my first purchase was a CD.
Yeah.
Right? So what was your first CD?
Ooh, great question. What's yours?
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Oh, wait, which one? Fresh as I'm Is?
No, earlier, way earlier. Little Bow Wow. Like,
yeah, with Jermaine Dupri. And
Well, you know
He
what?
had the
No.
Snoop
I'm
record.
sorry.
His
I'm
first
sorry.
record was Snoop.
Bow Wow was early for me, but Lil Romeo is the first CD I remember. Not to be confused. And it was the one where he did the hotline. Can I call Lil Romeo? Da da da. And it was like, oh Romeo can be a man.
Yes.
Tina, I don't need no girlfriend.
Yes.
Fast forward, that moment you're talking about with Aaron Carter totally happened with me with Little Romeo. I'm at a club and he wanted to do something with our radio station.
Wow, cool.
So he's like, yeah, man, take down my number. So I'm taking down his number and I walk away and I'm like, dude, No Limit, his dad's Master
I know,
P.
I know.
No, I did a TV show with his sister Symphonique. So
Oh, okay.
I saw Master
Man,
P
they
What a
put
name.
all them
and
kids to
Romeo
work.
every day. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Britney
Was-
Spears
Britney Spears.
and Billy Joel. Those were my. First.
That's dope. Which
Wow,
Billy
that's
Joel?
sick.
Stranger?
What was my first Billy Joel? My parents were actually extras in the Piano Man video, so I have a signed
Whoa,
framed
cool.
Billy Joel.
No.
My uncle, my great uncle, was like one of the pioneers for music videos and did all of his first music videos. So I have it
Whoa.
in my room in New York and a signed old school signed Billy Joel thing,
Badass.
which is tight. But
That's an epic video.
yeah.
That's one old
For
video
sure.
I've seen that
So
I really
That
like.
and What's the Matter with the Clothes?
Oh,
That video is
yeah.
cool too.
so good.
Yeah,
So, okay,
Yeah.
first song that you ever...
They're
illeg-
like, what's a Joel?
Yeah, what's Billy Joel? First song you ever...
Oh, yeah, my man in the back goes, I know.
I was at that show, man. First song you ever illegally downloaded?
Oh wow, tight. LimeWire, baby.
Oh, I know mine. Wow, I know the answers to all these. Do you?
I don't know. I don't
Mine was okay. So I didn't consider Romeo like rap when I was a little kid. I
Right.
didn't know what it was. I just liked it.
Right.
But I remember in 5th grade, Jaquan Tipsy was a huge deal.
Oh, yeah. I got a
And-
fake ID,
And
though.
my homie Palmar came over and was like, "Yo, there's this thing Kazaa that you can get."
That
And I
ruins
was
your
like,
computer.
I can't listen to this because it swears in it. And he's like, no, this is a rap song that's clean. If you just type Tipsy clean,
Yeah.
you can get the clean one. And I
Totally.
was like, game change.
Yo.
And I just cranked it on my little desktop speakers on my Sony Vaio, and I was bumping Jaquan Tipsy clean in my room.
Oh.
That had some bass to it. It probably blew those little speakers
Oh yeah,
up.
yeah. But I later bought it on iTunes. Shout out Jaquan.
Sure,
Shout
sure.
out.
I did indeed. I did. I had a huge karmic issue after.
Oh, and you backtracked
my
all the music
dad,
that
yeah,
you
my
stole?
dad called me out and was like, "You're gonna do that," and then he paid for it. He felt stupid, but yeah, but he like went in on me and like was like, "Are you serious? Like, you want to be in entertainment and you're gonna do this to people?" Like, and like really, like I was only on those for like maybe a month.
What's your dad do?
My dad's now in insurance, but he's done everything. He's not in music.
What was the first song you ever illegally did?
It was always my, best man at my wedding, my best friend. He was the guy who did all that. He had LimeWire.
For sure.
He had it
By the way,
all.
I was the guy. so
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was
By the way,
always
sorry.
I was always chilling. Like he was the one that was like getting the fake IDs and all that stuff. And I was like,
Right.
I don't know if I can do that.
Right.
And he was like, "Don't worry, I got
I
you."
was having
Like
the
I got
same.
LimeWire. We could do
Right.
this. I forget what the first song was though, but I remember him being like, "Yo, check this out."
Right.
LimeWire. We were like 13. He was like, "I got you."
You weren't on Kazaa?
I wasn't on any.
That
of
was
it, no.
first for me.
I
Y'all
didn't download
young
any
bulls.
to
I
my
was on
computer.
Napster.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah.
say Napster was
Straight up.
first. I missed
That's
that.
the
My
real
quick.
movie.
first song was, you remember Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang?
Nope.
Do it like they do on the
Discovery
Discovery
Channel.
Channel.
Oh yeah, well that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Just mammals.
I had a label meeting where that was the first thing they ever signed was that record, and they were
Really?
like, yeah, they still it's like the only plaque they had in the office. It was really tight.
Hey,
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah, cool, man.
Well, they're still killing it. So.
There you
Yeah.
go. Cool. So look, we got to let you guys go because you guys have work to do tonight.
We do indeed.
We could
not
sit
a
here
work
and talk about illegally downloading a NyQuil all day,
Yeah,
but
man.
we got stuff to do. But Max, you're gonna bless us with a record today, right?
Yeah,
You're
we're gonna
sing
do it
for
together.
us?
We're singing it
Oh,
together.
you guys are
man.
doing it together.
Yeah,
Oh,
man,
this
that's
is
awesome,
dope.
baby.
Okay, I thought Nash was gonna go off to the side and like text.
Oh,
No,
no.
I don't text.
You don't? Like,
No,
literally?
I got an Apple Watch for that. I just talk to my watch now, and it does everything for me. It's incredible.
Isn't
The marketing
future
for the
awesome?
Apple Watch was so terrible that nobody got them, but I got to tell you, it's changing my life.
Yeah.
It counts my steps. It tells me how many calories I burn. It tells me like when I need to breathe, if my heart rate goes too high.
Yeah.
It reminds me to drink water.
What did it
like-
tell you when they're in that NyQuil binge?
Oh man, it was like chill
It said,
more.
bruh.
It said yes. It was like chill more, relax. No, yeah, but lights down low.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. You can download Lights Down Low now. We'll go ahead and
Yeah.
pop a link for that.
Or
here on the
LimeWire,
website.
whatever you want. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope, don't do
care.
that.
Don't do that.
I
Whatever
don't
you
think
want.
they have that
They
anymore.
definitely literally, it's almost impossible to download.
If you're gonna
Probably
steal
not.
it, like sack up and go in the store and steal it like a
Yeah.
boss.
Oh wow.
streaming,
Yeah.
I don't know if I
streaming,
encourage that,
Don't
but
do
you know,
that.
just whatever way.
I
you're
don't think it's a
listening, we're
bad.
happy.
It's not. It's they don't make like a 12-inch of it anymore.
I wish.
Yeah,
We'll
no.
make one though.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll do it.
All right, Max and Nash, thanks for hanging out at Radio Now.
Boo boo.